Today on the net, American web users protest the Arizona immigration law. The blogosphere bears witness to the heatwave that's gripping Russia. And a site campaigning against duck face poses on sharing sites. The highly controversial immigration law came into force in the US state of Arizona on Thursday. The text continues to feed online debate despite the fact that on Wednesday a judge blocked parts of the law, the most criticised measures, like giving police the authority to question people's immigration status if they suspect they're on American territory illegally. Many citizens have been mobilizing in the run-up to the implementation of this law that they feel is xenophobic. This video shows activists from the group Stop the Hate with a giant banner in Phoenix on the eve of the implementation. They were hoping to remind people that most Americans oppose a law that stigmatizes part of the population. The organization Not in My America is broadcasting this clip online as a sign of protest. It draws a parallel between this new legislation and segregation laws that were in place in the US until the 1960s. Numerous artists have also made their opposition to this law known by joining together in the Sound Strike movement, run by the leader of the group, Rage Against the Machine. Dozens of musicians, from Muse to Ben Harper and also Kanye West, are calling for a boycott of the state of Arizona. Some, like Taboo from the group The Black Eyed Peas, have even written tracks condemning the law. Meanwhile, in view of this mobilization, supporters of the law do not appear to be ready to backtrack. The state's Republican governor is calling for those who support the law to make themselves heard and to make donations. Jan Brewer has said on Twitter that she will fight to the end to ensure the blocked measures become enforced. Moscow's been gripped by a heatwave for several weeks now. With temperatures reaching 40 degrees in the shade, the heatwave is making headlines and records for the hottest day continue to be broken. Russia's not witnessed such high temperatures since 1920. Web users are sharing their accounts online. As this blogger emphasizes, residents have flocked to parts of the capital that have water. Many of them have decided to strip off as much as possible, as we see in these photos that have been posted online. We also see residents cooling off in the city's fountains. And as we see in this YouTube video, it's all done in good spirits. This blogger says the atmosphere is completely different on public transport and on the subway in particular, where travellers have been climbing up onto the train's roofs, whilst others have fainted or worse still, suffered heart attacks. Another fallout from this heat is drought. In this video, we see city council workers filling up a dried-up pool. And fires have been multiplying around Moscow. These videos show fog from peat fires blanketing the city. The US website Anti-Duckface has declared war against striking a duck face pose for photos. Big, pouting lips and hollowed-out cheeks, we see this pose everywhere on sharing sites. Anti-Duckface thinks this pose is ridiculous and is collecting photos of people pulling this face. Over 400 groups against this new trend have been created on Facebook, most of them saying how silly it is and how it makes people look more stupid than sexy. The site Complex.com has called upon two New York DJs and producers, Con and Amir, to create an astonishing project. Select the 50 greatest hip-hop samples of all time and compare them to their originals. Web users can discover hidden treasures in jazz, funk and soul that are most probably only available on the web. Rare tracks from James Brown, Kool and the Gang, or the GBs that inspired the stars of hip-hop. Parking in the city is often like completing an assault course, but some people have found the technique to park in the smallest of places. Here is the king of parallel parking. This man has found his way into the Guinness Book of Records. He parked in a space just 27 centimeters longer than his car. The former record, held by a Chinese man, was 32 centimeters.
My thoughts are we're not only going to take this.